Thank you everybody for coming back and joining me today at Talent Time with Sharon. I wanted to let you know that we have a very special guest. I met our guest 10 years ago in Boston. Welcome, Raquel.
Thank you.
Raquel is an amazing, you're an amazing person. First time I saw you, I met you at a restaurant in Boston. It was called Meze.
Yep.
And it was a Greek restaurant?
Yes.
Yes. And I saw something that I'd never seen in my life before. First of all, I saw an amazingly beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And I was astounded by that. And then I saw you do something that I have never seen before. I saw what we call belly dancing.
Yep.
And I'd never seen it because we know dancing with our hips as something different. But you, it's almost like you're two different separate pieces. I've never seen it. It kind of
we try to do that.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right?
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of, I have an aunt who is Hawaiian, and she does something similar. But watching you is it's erotic. It is.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very passionate.
Yep.
It's, and so I saw you there, it was about 10 years ago, and I saw you at a birthday party. And then, what was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I ran into you in a restaurant.
Yep.
Do you remember?
The Continental.
The Continental. I ran into you, and I was talking to the owner, and he said, "Oh, you have to wait. We have a special show." And I said, "Really?" And you walked by, and you're kidding. And I said, "I know her." I can't believe it.
Small world.
Small world. And then you got up and did your show, and it was spectacular.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad you're here today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I know that you were 5 years in higher education, is it?
Yep.
And what was that exactly did you do there?
Yeah, so I'm a licensed teacher of students with disabilities. I graduated my master's in 2010, and I kind of fell into higher education working with students with disabilities. So presently, I am a learning specialist. I work with a small firm in the Boston area, and I work independently. And I provide academic coaching to students and consultation to their families.
So you're brains and beauty. That's what
Thank you.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I try.
Yeah, you are brains and beauty. So I know that you perform many different styles. And just out of curiosity, do you have equal love, or you dance? Did you dance before you went to school for this? Which one did you know first? I mean, how long have you been doing the actual?
Yeah.
By the way, is it belly dancing? Is it Middle Eastern dancing? Or what do you actually call it in your world?
Yeah, I think belly dancing is a Western sort of Americanized term. So broadly referred to as Middle Eastern dance. I started taking my first classes almost 15 years ago, I guess. And I don't really remember why or how I found them, but I did. And I just became really interested and in love with the music.
Oh, the music is gorgeous.
Yes.
Is that your background, by the way? What is your background?
No. My ethnicities are a combination of Mexican, Spanish, French Canadian, Hungarian, and Belarusian.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Well, that's probably why you have so many beautiful looks about you. I've seen you dance Lebanese. Is it Lebanese dancing?
I've been trained mostly in Lebanese and Egyptian style dance.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw when I was in Boston, the sort of Egyptian. But the other time I saw Lebanese because you were with this amazing group.
Yeah, black music.
Oh my goodness!
Makes
what were
all
their
the
names? Who were they?
difference.
Do you remember?
So the singer was Mitchell Kaltsunis, I believe, who plays the oud and sings.
Now the oud is something else that
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those before. But
Really,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a guitar in the Middle Eastern world.
Right.
Who else was there? George Mansour was drumming, and
right.
there might have been a qanun that day. That's kind of
yes.
string
What is it
instrument.
called?
A qanun.
A qanun.
Yes, and that was Bruce Rawan.
Yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is a whole different world.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I don't think many people know about this world.
Yeah.
And they need to look into it because musically it's amazing. And,
Yes, definitely.
and entertainment-wise, it's a whole lot more interesting to watch you than to, for me, in my opinion, than to just sit there and watch, let's see, me for instance, sitting there watching me sing. You are far more interesting. But I was wondering, you studied with a girl by the name of, what is it, Christine?
Christine Tomei Malouf, otherwise known as Shadia, who used to belly dance, I guess probably through the 70s and the 80s in the Boston area, but also traveled throughout Canada with a troupe. She also worked with her husband, Ibrahim Malouf, a late drummer, and together they did more folkloric type styles of dancing from Lebanon, because he was Lebanese.
So did you tour with her, or did you just
Nope,
study?
that's her history.
Okay.
I met her in the Boston area, and she's really been my one of my main dance teachers, and just a mentor and a friend since I've started dancing. So,
Where do you live now?
I live in Norwood.
In Norwood. Great. So that means you can work all over. It's a very centralized location. Where do you work, by the way? Do you have regular steady places where if somebody wanted to see you? Or?
Yeah, sure. Right now, every Thursday night, I'm at Tangerino in Charlestown, hookah lounge, Moroccan food. And from there, it kind of changes over the months and the years. I'm at the Continental in Smithfield, Rhode Island pretty regularly. There's also the Sahara nightclub up in Methuen, Mass.
Right.
So,
isn't there a story behind the Tangerino? The restaurant, something about the owner from a town in, do you know what I'm talking about?
yes, yeah. So Tangier is a town in Morocco, and Tangerino, I'm not quite sure, but it might mean little Tangier. There's a play on the name there, yeah.
So you then, to me, I believe you've probably traveled everywhere, like Egypt, Morocco, Lebanon, Syria. What are?
Yeah.
Do you have favorite places that you went?
I have, and I feel very fortunate to have gone to Syria almost 6 years ago, right before the revolution started. Some of the friendliest people I've ever met in this world, and I had a great time there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never been there.
Yeah.
I've traveled to different places, but not there. Did you dance there? Or did you just go for?
No, I went to just immerse myself in the culture and the world and the ancient history, which is something I'm really into.
Interesting. I never, it's interesting. We don't really study a whole lot of that around here. We learn more about, let's just say, the Italy and France and all that. But that's incredible. Well, it makes sense because everything influences that I see in your, in your dance.
Yeah.
So, and you were born here?
I was born in California.
How did you end up on the East Coast?
Um,
Love for snow?
Maybe my mother's love for snow. We moved when I was 6. My mother had visited the East Coast when she was young and really liked it. And then I think that my dad got a job in Cambridge, so we just moved when I was much younger.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you stayed and didn't
Yeah,
go
me
back to
too.
California.
No, I prefer.
Is there a good career here?
The seasons. Boston's kind of hard. I haven't really known many performers to make a living on just dancing. They're also teachers. In New York, the belly dancers make a living dancing, and they also often get contracts around the world.
Well, they're just slow here, I guess. They just haven't discovered how fabulous you are.
Maybe.
Are there a lot of belly dancers around here? Do you know many? Do you guys congregate? Because I know that as musicians, we work off each other. If I can't. So are you guys like a community also?
There's a community, and it can be supportive and it can be competitive. And I think belly dancing has become very popular in the last 5 to 7 years. Right. So when I first started, it didn't seem as popular. And now I'm surprised and excited to see that it's very popular.
Do you guys learn off each other? I mean, do you go watch and you say, I think I'll try that? Or do you have your own style? How do you pick your style? Where do you get your costumes? How does this all work? I mean, really, is it something that you figure out yourself? What feels good? What what kind of grooves you do?
I think I started with the music, so I responded more to the Arabic music as opposed to maybe Turkish and Greek music. Right. So I studied an Arabic style of dancing. My costumes, you can get anything on the internet if you want, but when I've visited the Middle East, I definitely pick up costumes as I can. My dance teacher, Shadia, also is an amazing costume designer, so she can make anything out of anything. If you have an old dress, it's got sequins, she can design anything.
Well, I can't imagine. You know what? I would like to ask you to dance for me. So if you wouldn't mind at some point, if you could dance for me. You don't have to do it quite yet. But,
Okay.
But
Of course.
because I know that the audience would just, as much as I love you, they'll fall in love with you. And can they book you actually? Is it easy enough to
Sure.
book you? How would they book you? How do they contact you?
Yeah, so my website is RaquelBellydancer.com.
Can you spell that, please? It's
RAQUEL,
Uh-huh.
bellydancer.com. I'm on YouTube as Raquel Boston Belly Dancer. I'm on Facebook as Raquel Boston, and then my page is Raquel Belly Dancer.
Okay.
So the easiest thing would be to go to the website and submit an information form, and then I'll get the email.
Oh goodness, oh goodness. Well, your routines, how do you, you told me once that dancers choreograph.
A lot do, yeah.
And then you also said to me at one time that you dance to how you feel.
I'm more spur of the moment. I enjoy not being prepared for the music I hear.
Right.
I most enjoy working with a live band and being spontaneous.
I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly the same way. Was there ever like a scary moment where something, how about a costume malfunction?
I think that, for one New Year's, I performed at a big party where there was almost an orchestra, maybe 10 musicians who wanted in detail a set for me, rhythms, changes, and I had never been asked that before, so it was a little intimidating. At the same time, exciting to have that many musicians playing for you, but
That's amazing.
it was a little bit scary.
Yeah. I hear you. I know. I remember the first time I played in front of a 25-piece orchestra, I thought, I don't have any charts. Do you think they'll follow me? I wasn't ready either. I was totally prepared. Unprepared, yeah. What do your parents, are they into this? What do they do?
My mother actually was a Russian ballerina, or she was in the Russian ballet when she was younger. She doesn't practice dance anymore, but we obviously both love dance. Both of my parents come to see me dance here and there, and I think they're happy that I'm happy.
Amazing. It's just amazing. So you work this not as much as what I call your regular work, but your higher education work.
Yeah, I have 2 lives.
2 lives.
Yeah.
That's normal these days.
Yep.
2 lives.
And it's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I know that I think that if I were to be able to dance the way you do, because I was in New York for a number of years, I probably would have chosen this. But of course, I don't have the lack of vertebrae on my back that you appear to when you dance. You dance with such ease, such ease.
Well, it takes a lot of practice, and
Does it?
everyone's bodies are different, so everyone has different ranges of flexibility. Some people can't do some things that other people do, and vice versa.
Do you teach it to people?
I can. I've done a lot of workshops for colleges and kind of clubs within colleges.
Privately? Can you do it privately?
I could.
You could.
Yeah.
People should just call you and contact you. I mean,
Sure.
gosh, you have a car.
And
You
it's
could
fun to
travel.
have, a ladies' night, have a group dancing together, glass
That
of
is
wine.
such a great idea.
Yeah. Bachelorette party.
That is such a great idea.
Yeah, baby
How did
shower. That's often when I do my teaching. When there's a big group
Really?
of women together celebrating something, everyone wants to learn how to dance.
Bigger times of year, better times of year. Is this slow time? Is this a busy time?
Sure, I think for any entertainer, the springtime when it's wedding season is busier.
I know that musicians can work one of 2 ways. I know personally, my entire month is crazy.
Yeah.
With Christmas parties, and I think that probably in my opinion, this would be a great time to hire you for all the Christmas parties.
Definitely.
So if people are still looking for Christmas parties,
Yes.
you need to get in touch with Raquel. And by the way, your birth name is
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yep. So Raquel is my name in Spanish. My grandmother used to call me Raquel because she's Mexican.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Don't you have actually? I know your boyfriend is a drummer or something, and
He is.
He's well, you know what? I think that what we'll do is he should come and see how beautiful you are at all times. Does he come and watch you?
Yeah, and
Okay.
sometimes we perform together.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to end this. I want to see you dance. So maybe you can get up and dance for us at some point. But I really do want to say thank you. And thank you, everybody, for joining us here at Talent Time with Sharon. Look at Raquel's website, and you can find out everything you want.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
أكدب عليك 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 لو قلت بحبك لسه أكدب عليك وأكدب عليك لو قلت نسيتك همسة أكدب عليك لسه أكدب عليك وأكدب عليك لو قلت نسيتك همسة أكدب عليك أمال أنا إيه قول أنت أنا إيه اختارني بر وأنا أرسى عليك أمال أنا إيه قول أنت أنا إيه اختارني بر وأنا أرسى عليك قول أنت أنا إيه اختارني بر وأنا أرسى عليك قول أنت أنا إيه اختارني بر وأنا أرسى أمال أنا إيه قول أنت أنا إيه اختارني بر وأنا أرسى عليك أنا إيه قول أنت أنا إيه تختارني بر وأنا أرسى عليك أنت حبيبي يعني لسه حبيبي ولا حبيبي عشان كنت حبيبي انت حبيبي يعني لسه حبيبي ولا حبيبي عشان كنت حبيبي قول يا حبيبي قول يا حبيبي قول يا حبيبي